Yeah, you know what time it is. Valhalla Hour, let's go! Kick back, put on your headphones tight. Rob and Matt, bringing fire every night. From the land of 10,000 lakes, we rule the scene. With a crew so fresh, keeping it raw and clean. Minnesota Vikings, kings of the north. We wear our purple heart and let the battle roar forth. Breaking down the game, dissecting the plays. With passion so fierce, we'll set the night ablaze. So give us a follow, hit that like. Share it with your crew, you know we're about to strike. Valhalla, our podcast, living life bold, where legends are made and stories are told.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Valhalla Hour. With me, as always, is Matthew Lissateri and Jonathan Winkleman. How are we?
How's it going?
So, first off, a couple things that happened over the week. I was listening to some SiriusXM NFL Network news, and Jonathan Vilma, I think it was Jonathan Vilma, I'm not sure, called Ivan Pace Jr. Calvin Pace.
Yeah.
Did he change names and not what? Come on. But apparently, Smoking Jeremy B of the Smoking Jeremy B show actually told us in our podcast chat that they apparently Jonathan Vilma called Brian Branch Dion Branch. There's a stretch there from washout to Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
But we do also have an update on the Kyrie Jackson case. If you remember, way back in July of 2024, we lost Kyrie Jackson. He was supposed to be a very big anchor.
Third round pick, and he was a great corner.
Yeah, he was supposed to be an anchor of a defense. So Corey Klingman, the person who drove drunk on last Friday, not yesterday, but the previous Friday, did plead guilty to 3 counts of negligent homicide under the influence of alcohol. This is from ESPN. As part of a plea agreement, Klingman is likely to serve 3 years in prison. Prosecutors will recommend a 5-year sentence for each count, suspending all but 1 year to be served consecutively.
How the hell did someone get away with murder like that?
I mean, I'll take 15 years versus 30.
I would too.
Yeah, but she's going to be, but they're going to be formally sentenced February 4th, 2026. So we will not know until that time.
Okay.
But still, like 3 to 5 years for murder?
Yeah.
Well, it's 5 years per count served consecutively, so it'd be 15 years. It'd be congruent if they were served all together.
Yeah. But at least we have another step towards resolution, and the Jackson family, the Hazel family, and the Lighton family will have some sort of closure coming up.
Yeah.
Give this guy 35 years.
Yeah, no, this 15 years is not enough, but it's better than 3.
Yeah.
So going back to the whole mispronouncing name things, we saw that with McCarthy this offseason with his injury diagnosis. I saw people saying he had an ACL tear. I saw people saying he was coming off a season-ending Achilles. Like, no, it was an MCL. Like, you can't even get the injuries right.
Exactly. Well, moving on to our game last week. I was at the lot. Holy shit, it was cold. It wasn't so much the temperature, but it was the wind.
Mm-hmm. Always.
That's what I tell my dad. I had to ride my bike to work, and he's like, "Why are you wearing your ski mask?" Well, it's the wind chill that I'm worried about.
It was bitter cold. I got some pretty nasty cold hives on my stomach and arms,
Ooh.
and I was bundled up. I met some German and Swiss Vikings fans that came out for the game. So shout out to the Germany Vikings Club. Hope you guys are doing well over there. It was an interesting weekend for sure. Started out hot, and we just floundered.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out of our own damn way.
Penalties, 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 penalties.
8 false starts. 8 of them.
That's on the
Yeah.
offensive coordinator. Like, here you go. I've told you guys this countless times. There's a lot of Viking fans that say fire KOC. I'm like, fire the offensive coordinator. Not take away. I'm not saying fire him, right? I'm not saying fire KOC. I'm saying let's get rid of our offensive line coach. What is Wes Phillips? What is Wes Phillips doing? Is he calling plays?
No.
Bring an offensive coordinator that can call plays.
Well,
This
KOC is not
is
going to give up play calling though.
yeah.
Take that away from him.
From what I've heard, the reason why we had 8 false starts, it wasn't because of any discipline, but supposedly when we
Okay,
were
so in practice, what are we supposed to be doing? Cadences, right?
it wasn't. I mean, how can you practice a team kind of calling out different things while you're on the line? You can't practice for that, and supposedly the Ravens were doing that, and that's kind of a penalty, or should have been called as a penalty. But 8 times, you know, 2 times, yes, I would kind of put it on us, but 8, that kind of feels a little excessive.
But how many penalties have we had all season?
Before
Mostly special
last week,
teams as
not that
well.
many.
Well, usually on special teams, like how many Price returns have been called back due to some type of holding or illegal block in the back. But offensively, yeah, no, we've been a pretty clean team.
Brent, this is like the most false starts we've had in franchise history in one game ever.
See, that's why I'm never really a fan of these like quick takes after a game of like, well, we're undisciplined. It was one game. Like again, we've been pretty clean offensively this whole season, and we
But
have
all
one game where we had.
season we've had the most penalties out of any season. Just being real, guys.
But again, a lot of those have been on special teams. Offensively, we haven't really had that much of an issue. So McCarthy having one bad game where his cadence isn't quite in sync, it's not like all doom of like, well, what the hell's going on? Why is the offensive coordinator not doing this? Why is KSC not doing that? Like I mentioned Ben Lieber on the show all the time because he's obviously played for the Vikings. He's smart. And he said when you're watching these plays develop, like there were multiple throws last week that McCarthy just kind of overthrew that are wide open walk-in touchdowns because the fucking plays being called are working. McCarthy's in his 4th start. He's 22. There's going to be growing pains. We've seen the fucking memes of the first 4 starts with May, Daniels, et cetera, and their stats are all comparable. It takes time to develop.
Yeah. So apparently Aaron Jones had accused Baltimore's defense of using illegal signals at the line. John Harbaugh obviously shut it down. Even KOC directed it at the offense. So
Yeah.
whatever happened, it wasn't on our page.
I still say we don't need a like all these Viking fans sitting here saying we need to fire KOC. I'm one of those guys. Okay, we can play more disciplined ball. It was one bad game. We have a young QB. It's going to take him time. Look at Lamar Jackson. Okay, for example, look at Lamar Jackson. Was he the best quarterback in the NFL? Was he MVP candidate year 1 or 2?
Year two.
Ye-
Yeah.
Like, didn't he literally win MVP his second year starting?
Well, year
2018.
1 he didn't.
Well, no, but he also, I mean, he wasn't this bad in year
And
one
listen
either.
to
But
and if you ask any Ravens fan who actually watched the Ravens, he couldn't throw an accurate ball if you paid him to.
Right.
yeah,
I'm gonna bring something up that is in another chat, another podcast chat. I gotta, and this does have to be kind of, you know,
It's kind of like me and you, Matthew. We talked about this last week, right? Where there's certain positions where we have to give some
all right. This is on Viking Steel.
patience.
Viking Steel is run by Sir Death and a few other people that I know. So shout out to you guys. Comparing JJ McCarthy to reigning NFL MVP Josh Allen. The numbers
I've
are
seen this
there.
post. I've seen this post.
Yeah.
the argument against that though is Josh Allen didn't have Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson his first season. So like McCarthy has talent to throw to, he's just not getting it to them. But Jefferson even said after this last game that he hasn't really had that kind of killer mentality this season. I think he's a little bit frustrated with having to grow with a rookie quarterback. I don't think he thought it was going to be this much of a struggle. And he
Right.
says he needs to get back to year three Jets where he's just dogging people. So hopefully we see that. But when you're getting paid 34 million, 35 million a year, you can't fucking lose your shit over 5 games. You gotta help that rookie quarterback look better than he is.
Yeah. Well, and
But
the
at
thing
the
about
top of
this,
that, like we need to run the ball more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we
Like
need to be
we
a
can't
Swiss
sit there
Army
and
defense. Yeah,
we can't sit there and run the ball 20 times a game and say, and especially on a 3rd and 1, when we brought in a guy like Jordan Mason, who's a power back, and say, okay, we're going to throw the ball.
yeah. Um, One thing I do want to say is yes, we just can't keep running the ball, 3/4 of the time when we've got two great, wide receiver weapons. You got one of the
But
best
at the
damn wide
same
receivers
time,
in the game.
at the same time, as you say that, right? Look at the percentage, dude. We threw the ball 50 times last week. We ran the
Yeah,
ball 20 times.
Well, so it's layers
And
though.
we
Like
were
you obviously,
successfully and we were successfully running the ball.
well, kinda.
Eh? Kinda.
I mean,
Really?
Aaron
We
Jones had some
averaged
nice
five
runs, but
yards per carry.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, you obviously want to run the ball, but you have to be able to run the ball. And when you're getting 1st and 15 because you have 8 false starts, you're not going to be running it on first down a lot when you have to get 15 yards. So that doesn't help. But
During
yeah,
the
no, the
one
games where McCarthy's looked the best are the games where Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason have ran the ball for 100 plus yards because you do. That's what Chicago's been doing well. They're averaging like 180 rushing yards a game, and Caleb's is having the best season. He went from getting sacked like 68 times last year to through 9 games. He's only been sacked 14 times because he's able to hand the ball off. McCarthy, it seems, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. It seems like when Jones gets to the line of scrimmage, he just runs into a wall of molasses and just immediately gets tackled up or gets slowed down. We're not seeing any real breakaways outside of 2, maybe 3 games all season where he's had like these nice 8, 10 yard chunks. We're just not seeing it with either of our running backs. But we also traded for Jordan Mason. We're paying him decent money. We're paying Aaron Jones good money. We can't just run it 15, 20 times a game. You need to run it. You need to run it. And I'm not talking 3/4 of the time, but we're not even close to 50-50.
yeah. Um, there are some things that also there was one penalty I really disagreed with, and I think you guys know which one I'm about to talk about, and that was the illegal blindside block that was called on Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
That was a bullshit call.
Yeah.
Total
I'm more
bullshit.
pissed off about the Dallas Turner roughing the passer,
Oh
but
God!
that's just
And
No,
he
one
was on
second.
his paycheck.
Now, before we talk about the Dallas, like if you actually watch the Aaron Rodgers hit when this penalty was actually created, that's exactly what that was.
no, I get that's the rule. I just think it's a dumb rule, and I said it was dumb when Hutchinson got called for the roughing the passer on McCarthy. I said it was dumb then. It's a dumb rule.
It is a dumb rule,
Yeah,
but can we make it so that they don't hit like that? Yes.
yeah. But onwards and upwards, we face division rival the Bears this week. Before we go on to heroes and zeros, there is one guy I want to highlight, and he's not a player. He is a Raiders super fan. His name is goes by All In Autumn Wind. His name is Brian Fowler. I got to meet him at the tailgate lot last weekend. And what he is trying to do is he is trying to set a Guinness World Record for visiting all 30 NFL stadiums and watching a game in each one this season. He has an open invitation, so when off season comes around, I'm going to be able to get him on. We'll talk about some different things, and we'll talk about his world record attempt. But let's give him a big ovation because he is close to breaking that goal. And let's give him some motivation. So, Brian, if you're watching this, good luck. Finish strong, and when you get home, go to the beach and just soak it all in because you're going to need it. And we hope
I
you
hope
come
it's not
back to
middle of
Minnesota.
winter when he goes back to Baltimore.
Well, he has a few more stadiums left. He has San Francisco, Houston, week 12, week 11 is Tennessee, and to round it all off, week 13 in Detroit.
Oh, this is indoors.
So he is almost done. And he is one hell of a Raiders fan. And I'm glad I got to meet him on his world record attempt. And
That's
I
super
really
cool.
hope he does make it. Because then,
Same here.
yeah,
Cheerio.
he's a damn fun guy. But heroes and zeros, everyone's favorite topic. Winkleman, let's start off with you. Who's your hero and who's your zero?
My zero is definitely fucking McCarthy.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Just because of all those interceptions.
Yeah. Any hero, or do you think there's just a straight zero?
It's just straight zeros for us because all those penalties and everything.
Matthew, hero and zero.
I don't want to do a repeat take, so I'll do my zero as Jefferson. Like I kind of said, when you're getting paid that kind of money, you got to give 110% effort. And there were just a couple throws, especially the one in the end zone, where 9 out of 10 times he's coming down with that ball. He just seemed off. He obviously was the most frustrated I've seen him look since that game against the Packers, where they kind of held him in check and he kind of got in his own head. You can't do that. You got when you're a top two receiver, you got to rise above it. And then that interception where the footage of him just kind of sitting back and not really pursuing, which I'm not as hardcore about that as a lot of people. I don't really give a shit. I'd rather him not put his body on the line. I don't give a shit what Jamar Chase does. I want Jefferson on the field for every offensive snap. He's not a defender. But at least on offense, you got to put in 110% effort. I'll give my hero to Eric Wilson. He's been a big part of this defense, and we actually for the first half, our run defense was really good. Derrick Henry didn't really do anything until Baltimore got a good lead, and they didn't really have to pass as much, and he could kind of do his thing. But Eric Wilson, man, he seems to just kind of make plays every week.
Yeah.
I could agree with you on Eric Wilson. I could also say a zero would be Ivan Pace.
Yeah, he's having a terrible season.
He's having
All
a
right.
horrible
Oh, you mean Calvin Pace?
Calvin, yeah.
My hero, I think you guys are not going to see this one coming. One, Jalen Naylor.
Yeah,
He was
Yeah.
our leading receiver last week. He had that 62-yard catch.
yeah.
You just can't. So I want to break down some numbers for you guys. Lamar Jackson only had 176 passing yards all game. JJ McCarthy had 248.
On like 42 passing attempts.
Yeah, but still, you know what? That's better than Lamar Jackson.
Well, yeah, but
Lamar's-
Baltimore didn't have to run the
but
entire second half.
Lamar had running game,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well,
all purpose.
What did Derrick Henry have?
Derrick Henry only had 75.
Oh, okay.
That's it. And Derrick Henry didn't even have a touchdown.
Yeah.
We of course we had more total yards than they did. Our penalties, 13 penalties for 102 total yards. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that you hear the cliche all the time, but it was true last week. They didn't beat us, we beat ourselves. Like that. There's probably close to a dozen plays, including the 8 false starts, where you're like, if this doesn't happen, we could put that 7 points on the board and at least tie and go to overtime. If not, maybe get 10 points on the board and win. But we shot ourselves in the foot.
No wonder why we had a yellow laundry day. The referee, Sean Hockley. And if you know the name Hockley, that's Ed Hockley's son.
The Scott Fisher of the NFL.
Let alone you want to sit here and talk about it. Like, I think the refs are out for fucking getting famous.
Well, do you guys remember why Ed Hockley got famous other than being a ref?
He was jacked.
Back in, I forget what year it was, but apparently he had screwed over the Chargers because apparently the replay equipment didn't work, and he took a touchdown away from the Chargers or some bizarre shit, and then he reviewed a call in the Charger Bronco game that was not reviewable, some weird shit like that.
Oof.
So yeah.
Well, did you hear what Adam Thielen said on the Power Trip on Friday about refs and what he thinks? He was saying that the NFL needs full-time refs because what's happening is these refs that work at Dick's Sporting Goods for every other day of the week get to go on the field on Sundays, and they get kind of starstruck and they see Patrick Mahomes and they're like, well, I don't want him to be mad at me, and so they kind of make calls in their favor. He's like, yeah, I'm not saying it's rigged because he's saying that just the complexity of rigging the NFL doesn't seem likely, but these refs that are part-time refs can be like, oh my God, like the moment could be too big for them. And they either, make calls they shouldn't or miss calls they should. And that if we had full-time refs like every other major league, that wouldn't be much of an issue.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. So I was right. 2008, Hockley officiated a game between the Chargers and the Broncos and made an incorrect call with 1:17 left in the game.
Ooh.
And he also screwed over the Chargers in the 2007 regular season on a game with the Patriots about nullifying a holding.
Damn it, Ed.
But like I said, that's why I don't like this system. Like the refs get to be famous because of a bad call.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Angel Hernandez for baseball. The name is synonymous with terrible calls.
Well, and here's the thing: if you guys remember the replacement refs and the fail Mary,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do see Adam's point in this, but they also have, you can't just make your living off of 18 weeks out of a year and not, what are you going to do for the rest of the time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you made them full time refs, they could ref OTAs, they could ref training camps, they could ref preseason. I mean, you're really only off 2 months of the year. Pay them. This is the NFL. They're a $4 billion a year industry. Pay refs $200K a year to work 34 weeks a year.
Speaking of trading camp, when I was there, I noticed that the NFL brought in college coaches to referee training camp because of a logo on the chest, and it was the NCAA college logo, and it also had the referee shirt also had the weird S like the NCAA officials have.
Mhm.
So I mean that might be something to work out in the next referee NFL CBA maybe.
I don't really watch college football like that. Like, do we see this type of referee mistakes in college? Like, are they a little more consistent, or are they getting bitched at every week?
Oh, they get bitched at. Apparently, there was one that was suspended by the rest of the year for the SEC for an incorrect call in like the Georgia game or something.
Yikes!
So no matter what,
Yeah,
you're going to have bad refereeing, no matter what
No
level
matter
you're
what,
at.
like if you look at NBA, you look at MLB, there are bad calls,
yeah.
Yes, no matter what
but
sport.
NHL
but
is elite.
it's like really, dude. When it comes to
Yeah.
the NFL, because ours are more substantial.
hmm
It
Well, it's just
costs us
every
money.
other league. The seasons take forever. When the season's only 17 games, literally every call is a major call.
Yeah,
Is what, like
The
one
fumble,
NFL games?
Franco Harris, the immaculate reception. What's it called? I forget.
oh, the immaculate reception.
With Franco Harris and the
Yeah,
Steelers. Or you can even freaking bring up the TJ Hawkinson catch,
Yeah.
but
which was a catch but was ruled incomplete.
hmm
so going on to this week's game, we have the injury report. The final injury report has been released, and
It's
we
not
only have
great.
two. We only have two people out: Jonathan Grenard and Ryan Kelly.
Bernard's a huge out, though.
Yeah, but
Grenard
for
is
Chicago,
huge.
yeah, Chicago, they've got T.J. Edwards and Jade Walker out, but they also have Jaquan Brisker and Jalen Johnson questionable. Jalen Johnson, I'm thinking, we're all in agreement that he won't play because he just got the 21-day return to practice window.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, hopefully we can.
otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
But Romo Dunze might not be 100% because he's dealing with an ankle issue, DJ Moore shoulder issue, Cole Kmet back issue.
All of them are going to play, except for
We
Jalen
just,
Johnson.
yeah, we just Both teams are really banged up this season.
Mm-hmm.
Not as bad as Green Bay, though. That's
Or San Francisco.
I don't know what they're doing in San Francisco.
Still winning.
Are they just getting Joe Blow to be their doctor?
Right.
I've never seen this many injuries. Like, yeah, this game is
Yeah.
going to be a battle. But keys to the V. Matthew, what's one of your keys to the V?
This is I don't know. This is gonna just sound like me throwing shade, and I guess it kind of is. But everyone's hyping up Caleb Williams for this like amazing year he's having, and he is having obviously a much better year than last year. But his two biggest games, which I think account for like 7 of his touchdowns this season, were against Dallas, who has the 31st ranked defense in the NFL, and Cincinnati, who has the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. Outside of those two games, he hasn't really done a ton that's like whoa. So I think if you can shut down their run game, which obviously for our defense has been pretty hard to do this year, and make Caleb beat you, much like week one, I don't think Caleb can beat us. I think our defense is good enough to keep him in check. We're going to have to obviously keep Chicago's offense low scoring because our offense hasn't shown that they can win these duels. And I think Caleb is still just not great enough that our defense like ours should be able to keep him in check.
Yeah. Winkleman?
I'm different than him. I say make Caleb beat us. Put
Literally
pressure
what I
on
just
Caleb.
said. That's exactly what I said.
No, you said that make him make.
I said stop their run game and force Caleb to beat us, and I don't think he can because he's not good enough.
Yeah, and this comment right here from a Bears fan really pretty much speaks a big truth. The Bears haven't beaten a good team this year. Yeah, they haven't. Neither have we. I'll take that back. We beat Detroit in Detroit.
And we beat Chicago week one, and Chicago's 6-3. Granted, it's week one, but
Yeah.
But get pressure on Caleb. Stop the run.
Yeah.
Like that's all we need to do is get pressure on Caleb. Make him say, "I give up. I'm going to run the ball," and then stop the run.
If we force some errors on Caleb and contain him, then we have a very good chance at shutting him down. We have to use our run game. We have to use everything available and pull out even more tricks, whatever tricks that is humanly possible. That's legal.
Yeah.
And for God's sake, no more 8 false starts.
Yeah.
That comes in practice.
Yeah. Well, and this whole season just kind of seems like it ebbs and flows where we have one really good game, one really bad game, one really good game, one really bad game. Well, in Detroit, we had a really good game. Last week, we had a really bad game. It seems like all McCarthy does is beat divisional opponents, so hopefully we can win tomorrow and go 3-0 in the division, get back to 500, and then see what happens. But it's just, again, we have to deal with growing pains. Chicago, I think they're not Baltimore. They're not Detroit. This is a game where we can hopefully kind of get back on track for a week.
Do we play the Packers next week?
No.
That's like week 12, week 13.
Let's take a look at our schedule. I can't believe in 7 weeks the season will be done.
Good riddance.
And then we'll be talking mock draft stuff.
Yeah, you have to start paying attention to college.
I still want us to take either Delaney from LSU, the cornerback, or Patrick Woods, the defensive tackle.
So we get that Ohio State receiver?
Yeah.
No, I don't want I don't want a receiver. We have to go either nose tackle or corner.
So our next 4 games are we play Chicago here, then we go to Green Bay, I
Okay.
think this is like the latest we've played Green Bay for the first time.
Mhm.
Then who the hell does the scheduling? Because we play Seattle in Seattle again.
We always play
Yeah,
Seattle in Seattle.
it's contractual.
I don't get that shit.
It's like
Um,
it's like us always playing in London.
yeah, and then we play the Commanders here, and Jaden Daniels might play because his injury is not season ending.
How is that possible?
There was no ligament damage.
Just a straight clean dislocation?
Apparently,
It's our luck, dude.
He's not even that good this season, and they're fucking scary. Terry's done nothing. He's been injured 90% of the season. They have no run game. Washington doesn't scare me this year.
um,
But
USA
again, our offense
Today,
has to put up.
um, Daniel's elbow injury is not as serious, no ligament damage, and won't need surgery, and
That's
will not be
wild.
immediately placed on IR.
Okay.
He'll be reevaluated during the Commanders' bye week, week 12, following their the Spain game, and that's next week. Is the Spain game?
That's fine, yeah.
That's going to be wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just need to do a lot. Just our defense was good last week. It could be better.
And again, this seems kind of like a schedule where it's at ebbs and flows, where it's like we should take care of Chicago, probably lose to the Packers at Lambeau, go to Seattle. Depends on which Darnold we face. Um, and then Washington, yeah. We should probably go 2-2 over those 4 games.
Yeah, Broski. Yes, unfortunately, he is out with a
He was
concussion.
he was just or not elevated, but like the 21-day window as well. So hopefully he'll be back next week. But Brandell's been playing really well at center.
Yeah. Um, having Ginkle back, I think, really gives us a much needed oomph on defense. He's one of my favorite defensive players.
He is.
Yeah. Yeah, but
You
Dallas
know,
Turner's got to play in place of Grenard now. So
that's why I like. There's a guy named Kendrick Falk. I want you guys to look him up. On he's from Auburn. This guy can play with his hand down or hand up. He can play any position,
Yeah.
yeah,
like
Um,
defensive line or edge rusher or linebacker. Like
yeah.
that guy gives us. If we want to keep freaking Flores as our defense coordinator, he's the Metellus of that.
yeah. Well, Metellus hasn't really done a lot this season, so hopefully he's
Tell
better
us,
than him.
tell us with Metellus.
Like if we can utilize him like we did Metellus the season before, where he played almost every position.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
A chess piece. You don't know where he's gonna be.
Yeah, it all depends on where our draft position is. If we keep losing and we are in a top 10 pick position, like I don't
Right
know,
now
man.
we're a top 13. We're a top 15 pick.
As
Right
of
now.
right now, we picked 14th. Yeah.
Yeah, like and before this we picked 13.
So, but I'm saying
Yeah.
if we keep losing and that pick climbs higher and higher, I either want the best offensive lineman or I want the best corner because obviously Ryan Kelly's going to be gone after this season. O'Neal might be gone after this season, to be honest. And if
Like
he's not,
the
like
best offensive lineman could come in the second round.
Yeah. Score
I
prediction.
great,
Oh yeah, Broski. I'm confident about Jurgens. He's had some time with McCarthy, so I'm confident. Um, Score prediction. Winkleman, what's your score prediction?
It's going to be a close game. Very close
Okay.
game. I can see 3 points. Maybe 24-21 Vikings.
Okay, Matthew?
I'm going to say 24-17 Vikings.
27-21 Vikings. And next, I have our schedule pulled up for next season. And there's 2 games I'm probably going to go to. If you're gonna start putting stuff on your calendar, we play Buffalo here next year.
Oof, that's rough.
Oh, I'm gonna be there because I want to party it up with Bill's Mafia. I'm gonna send myself through a table.
That'd be a fun one to go to, but that's going to be one of those $200 for nosebleeds type games.
I don't care. I'm gonna go.
I'm going to be there.
And then my wife and I next year. I don't think this will be a London game because we play them on the road, and that's going to be New England.
Oof.
But the only few games I could see being our London game will be either Atlanta, Carolina, or Miami.
Oh God! Did you imagine a Viking Panther London game?
Raw.
Ugh.
I want to actually go to the Viking New England game if it's in Foxborough.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
Foxford
going.
would be a cool stadium to go to.
I've seen it.
I will actually fucking pay for that shit. But at the same time, my
I've
family
gotten
doesn't have houses there anymore. So
my mother-in-law lives about 30 minutes from there, so I've already got lodging set up, and I'm gonna be coordinating something with the Vikings fan Boston group. Where I'm gonna do some tailgating with some super fans with the Patriots, and I know there's gonna be a good amount of VWO who goes there. So that one's gonna be an insane game. I'm kind of hoping it
bro,
won't be good.
here's the kick with me, right?
Mhm.
All my family lives in New England. I
Mhm.
can live, I can go there. It's just I don't want to.
Yeah, New England's a completely different thing because their stadium is like a stadium district. It's got shopping.
Right.
It's got I think it's got a hotel because it's been a while since I've been there. But I've got to make a trip, especially if we're playing there.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've heard good things.
New England's a strong stadium. New England Patriot fans are strong, and they love their teams.
I'm gonna try to get myself lower level tickets.
Hell yeah. I don't know. One thing I kind of wanted to hit on in this show too, since we still have some time, is one thing that helped us win a lot of games last year that we just haven't seen this year is turnovers on defense. What do you think is the reason? Like last year, we led the league, or we were like what for sure top 3 in turnovers forced, and I can count on one hand now how many times we forced the ball this season. Is it Cam Bynum was the source of it? I mean, even Byron Murphy, I think last year had
No,
a handful.
you want to talk Cam Bynum? Cam Bynum in the last 7 weeks of our season did nothing for us.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the season as a whole. Like he was the source of most of our turnovers, and we just
I'm
haven't
talking
really
about
seen that this year.
like Van Ginkel injury problem is the issue.
That's why we haven't really had a lot of turnovers this year.
Yeah, Van Ginkel.
Well, it can't all be on him though. I mean, he only had
No,
what?
He had a
honestly,
bunch.
the our opponents have figured out our defense.
True.
And we need to stop doing exotic bullshit. We need to get back to the fundamentals.
But even that I disagree with because even last week against a high-powered Ravens offense, they were getting held to field goals. It was a bend but don't break. Like, but we're just not punching the ball out. We're not picking it off. Like, I don't think that's
That's the thing.
we've
That's
been
the thing
exposed
with
to. That's
Flores, dude. Is bend don't break.
yeah, no, that's not what I'm
You
asking.
need
I'm
a,
asking
you
why.
need a better offense, a better play caller on
What
offense.
the hell does that have to do with us forcing turnovers on defense?
It doesn't have anything to do with that.
That's
But
what I'm asking. Is
when
why aren't we turning the ball over on defense as much this year? I don't want to talk about the offense or play calling. I'm asking why our defense hasn't been able to turn the ball over to maybe help our offense not have to drive 80 yards to drive, maybe actually set us up with a 30-yard drive that we can score quickly.
okay, so let me ask you another question. You ready for this?
Sure.
Bend, bend, but not break. That's what you said,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
So if we bend and don't break, and we're doing our job and bending not breaking, why are we losing by at 1 point games?
Because our offense can't score more than a touchdown a game.
Exactly, but then their defense that then their offense can't score more than two.
Again, we held the Detroit offense to the best game we've held them to in Flores' tenure here. And last week we held Baltimore. We just said we held Lamar Jackson to 177 passing yards and Derrick Henry to 75 rushing yards. Our defense is doing the job as far as not giving up a lot of touchdowns, but we're not turning the ball over to
And
help
you're not
our offense.
following what I'm saying. Like our offense needs to play better, right?
And if our defense can turn the ball over to give our offense the ball on our 30 versus having to start on our or their 10, you don't think that would help our offense put some more points on the board? Or maybe if our defense can get a pick six once in a while to help our offense jumpstart, like the Cincy game where fucking Isaiah Rogers had two quick touchdowns where Carson Wentz was able to just play with the lead and coast the whole game. You don't think that helps an offense?
Yeah, it does. But the problem is our offensive coordinator. We
My
need to
God.
fire
Okay.
him.
Yeah. Wes Phillips is the reason our defense can't pick the ball off for sure.
Yeah, our offensive coordinator, we need to fire him, right? Because what is he doing?
But then whoever we bring in is going to be the same thing. It's like when Mike Zimmer was here, the defensive coordinator didn't do anything. He just sat there. He maybe helped.
Okay, so 1 second. Let's think about this, right? With our heads, we bring in a defensive coach who doesn't want to give up the defensive coordinator position
Mhm.
and say, well, it's the defense's fault, right? No, it's the defensive coordinator's fault, right? No, it's the head coach. Take the offensive coordinator position and let the offensive coordinator coach the offense instead of the head coach.
Yeah, but you notice how Mike Zimmer got fired before the defensive coordinator? Because Mike Zimmer was the defensive play caller and the defense fell apart his last 3 years, and he took the blame because he was the play caller. It's going to be the same thing with KOC. He gets a pass this year because we have essentially a rookie quarterback. But if we go out there next year and McCarthy still sucks and we struggle to win 7 or 8 games, KOC is going to be on the hot seat, not Wes Phillips, because everyone understands this offense is KOC.
Yeah. So the odds for this game, for our game, we are the favorite, and the spread is favoring us by 2.5.
It's gone down. It started at 3.5.
Yeah, so 4 of the 5 NFL.com writers have picked us to win. Tom Pelissero had went with the Bears.
Oh,
Fuck you,
smart man.
Tom.
What
But
about Adam Rank?
I don't know.
The 52-10 Bears, probably.
Adam Wright can kiss my ass.
He's going to be insufferable after this season, too. I told you guys. We say the same fucking thing every year.
A lot of people have picked us to win. Pete Prisco, CBS Sports, Bill Bender, Vinny Iyer of Sporting News picked the Bears by 3.
Yeah.
2 out of the 7 experts picked the Vikings on Bleacher Report. Fuck Bleacher Report. So it sounds like a lot of people are picking us.
Yeah. I mean, well, again, Baltimore's a contending team, and we were in that game defensively more than we should have been, and I think our offense doesn't have the
We
same
lost
struggles
by
we had
8
last week.
points. And only because of 2-point conversion that we should have fucking
And that was a
never
terrible
went
play
for.
call. Makes no sense. Yeah, that made no sense to go for 2.
Yeah.
100% Broski. Yeah, this is absolutely a high pressure game for Minnesota. They need to win.
Yeah.
They can't go to Green Bay on a 2-game losing streak.
We're going to win against the Bears.
So, final thoughts, Winkleman.
We're beating the Bears. But my final thought is we have to get pressure on Caleb. Make him throw the ball early and often.
Mm-hmm.
Make the run game beat us. That's all I got.
Okay. Matthew?
I guess my final thoughts are just I think defensively we have this game. Offensively, I can't even say like simplify the offense for McCarthy because the offense isn't complicated. I think he understands the plays that we have. He's just not executing them. He's just kind of sailing these throws or just kind of throwing it a little behind. He just needs to kind of get that rhythm down. We need to fucking establish the run. I know we talked about this earlier, the keys to the V, but when Aaron Jones and Mason aren't even getting 100 yards combined, it's going to be hard to win games. And Chicago's defense is not an easy defense. It's not going to be an easy game for McCarthy. So we need to be able to run the ball tomorrow. If we have under 100 yards rushing, we're going to lose. It's at home. There's no need to have these fucking penalties again. KOC said that this whole week he was going to be working with McCarthy on his cadences and on just simple shit. I don't know, but yeah, we need to run the ball, and McCarthy just needs to calm the hell down, complete these passes where our receivers are getting wide open, go out there, win by 7, get some confidence back.
Yeah. We need this game. Yeah, and if JJ McCarthy can beat the Bears again, then the Bears are going to also have a brand new owner with JJ McCarthy.
Well, and how funny would it be if McCarthy had 3-0 division record and Caleb Williams in his second year would be like 1-9 or whatever the hell?
It would be interesting. JJ McCarthy, you just got to trust him. We got to pick ourselves up after that horrific game last week. We just got to do what we can because, this is the last time we're going to face the Bears at home this season. And then we move on to 3 more divisional games, 2 against the Packers, and then 1 against the Detroit Shitty Kitties. So,
yeah, well, Christmas Day, I honestly hope we win.
Yeah.
I'm probably not even going to pay attention to that
guys,
game.
I have a bet going with Cereal, and I so hope we win.
One thing I forgot to bring up in the matchup for tomorrow, I am not happy about Loveland. He scares the shit out of me. I think he's going to have a huge game tomorrow.
Yeah, him and Ahmet are going to have a good game.
Yeah.
So, It's going to be an interesting game. That's for dang sure. I'm not going to pay attention to the Christmas Day game because I'll be too busy with family.
I use the footballers. They do not have to be around my family.
That is if you like your family.
None of them are watching, so I don't mind saying it.
Oh, all right. I will screen capture that. And
Post it to all my socials. Yeah.
well,
That's
until
if you
next
love
time.
your family.
Well, I'm going to be seeing somebody I haven't seen him in about 15 years.
Nice. No, my
So,
family
yeah.
does their things on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, I'm usually just at home.
Yeah. So until next week, you guys enjoy your weekend. And if you are a hardcore pop punk / hardcore rock fan, Vans Warped Tour is going on right now. So head over to their YouTube channel to watch some stuff from Orlando, Florida. That was not paid. I'm a big fan of Vans Warped Tour. So until we see again next week,
Yeah,
Skull!
hopefully it's a little bit more positive of a show.
Yes. Hopefully we'll have a bear head mounted on the wall.
Right. I wouldn't mind getting a suite.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.